Welcome back everyone to the Spearhead cast with me, Matt. And welcome to a free on the Eastern Front. Welcome to Vienna. That's the map. Anyway, let's go through the players, shall we? Represent the Soviet Union. We have Possum Pie, Mthis, and Q. On the Axis side, we have Eugen as Infanteriedivision for the Wehrmacht, Ox Bunny as Propaganda Tactics for the Waffen-SS, and Hell as Storm Tactics for the Waffen-SS. The Soviets have picked artillery, Mthis has not picked anything yet, and Q has picked tank destroyer. Okay, I need to remind everyone that this is, well, there's going to be a tournament for Spearhead on the 5th of August on the Spearhead Discord. You can get access to it through the Spearhead workshop page, which there's a link to in the description. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's focus on the fights here in the streets of Vienna as the Soviets break through the German lines and approach the Reich. Let's see if the Wehrmacht and the Waffen-SS is up for holding the streets of Vienna right outside the, I believe, this is the old Royal Palace or Imperial Palace in Vienna. I'm not an expert on Viennese architecture and geography, unfortunately, so but that's a very nice opera house here. It's been blown out. Well, we're gonna have a lot of Soviets pushing through here. We also need to keep an eye on when Mthis picks a commander. Well, it looks like we'll have a lot of Volkssturm here to show up the defenses alongside the Wehrmacht. And we're gonna get some Waffen-SS Panzers, Wallonians actually, coming here to fight against the communists. Wallonians in Austria. The Soviets already pushing in and taking over the old palace. You know, the pioneers have engaged the sappers. Plenty of conscripts are present on the front line. But I think Sturm pioneers with some Volkssturm support. Oh, the Soviets are trying to flank though. But I think there's too much fire here in this direction. Oh, good Gewaltladung right there, but Molotov in return.
Our brave infantry is dying.
Oh, and that's another Molotov. But he missed the Volksgrenadiers. But the Volksgrenadiers are being killed out in the open. For Brandflasche. Molotov in return killed the conscripts. Sturmgrenadiers coming up to the front line. These troops will probably start to cause a lot of issues for the Soviets. Much backward and experienced troops. Meanwhile, we have the Wallonians on the northern flank here with some Sturm pioneers support. The Soviets are trying to plan a demo charge outside this building. And they set it up. And they blew themselves up, evidently. Probably just to deny those buildings to the Germans. Volksgrenadiers pushing upwards here through the streets. Mthis has gone for, I believe that's Moda. Let me just check to be sure. Oh, that's Shock. Okay. Shock is actually a really good one. So that's a very versatile commander. Well, the Opera House has been left open now, but more sappers are moving in. Looks like the northern flank is going entirely sappers. What's Q planning to do? Because I wouldn't call sappers like the very good all-purpose combat unit. The sappers are engineers. Well, they are getting some good flanking shots here on the Sturm pioneers. Oh, they're actually killing out these Sturm pioneers. Well, that's a very good kill right there. All the Sturm pioneers are going in for the kill though. Throw a grenade out. He has to run, but it's gonna be too late, I think.
Get the fuck out of here now!
Maximum conscripts coming up for the central front here. Wallonians are starting to be armed with Sturmgewehrs though, which will definitely be a very good kind of weapon for this kind of environment. But in the urban stuff, I'll probably have gone for the flamethrower or the MP34. MP34 should not be underestimated in this kind of environment. Wagner opening fire on the sappers here. Not really the best line of sights we have here.
Fresh conscripts have arrived. Comrades, we have now installed a field hospital.
MD42 set up in that little entrenched area, but they might be planning to move up with it to support these SS troops.
Grenadiers operational. Machine gun squad.
Oh, they might have new orders. I wonder what they're going to be planning to set up with them. Probably down here? Yeah, it looks like down there, okay. And well, the Volksgrenadiers and a Grenadier squad is being prepared. Probably the Volksgrenadiers will start to be armed with STGs at some point. Yeah, they already are, okay.
Forward headquarters are now available.
One of the advantages of playing as the Infanterie Division is that your Volksgrenadiers get access to the Sturmgewehr, which can make them very versatile. Conscripts are holed up inside the old palace, and they're gonna storm out! That's like a tight little area. If the Germans had any automatic weapons, they'd mow them down. Grenadiers actually doing a good job here, but that Molotov is coming out. Sturmgewehren have been armed.
We are losing Soldaten.
Ooh. So it's still holding the palace and are holding the most of the park, but the Germans have managed to secure the opera house. They're actually using Wallonians and with the MP34. Good choice. I do think submachine guns will do better inside the close quarters environment than the assault rifle. But the assault rifle is much better for open range engagements, I think.
How can we help?
As he's keeping the Sturmgewehren outside and the submachine guns inside. Yeah, that's what smart way of doing it.
Good and ready. Ready to execute.
Looks like the Waffen-SS propagandists keep an eye with an MG08 on the central area. We have some scouts sneaking up here for the Soviet Union, trying to relay some more information back to the Soviet command. Meanwhile, more Russians are streaming into the palace here.
Back needs orders.
Also a Maxim set up here on the southern flank. A little bit of a quiet on the front line for now. We also have some sneaky guards. Oh, Q might be going for lots of sneaky guards. That's probably why he went for mostly sappers. That's a lot of sappers though. That's like 5 squads of them. We have a forward headquarters set up here by the Soviets. By Q. What are they intending? Are they intending on using partisans? The Armia Krajova. I'm not good at Polish, I'm afraid. It would be interesting to see partisans usage. We don't see partisans used that much. It's one of the few things they can call that actually can do sneaky stuff. But it's not easy to pull off, generally. These guys have to be careful. Oh man, the battlefield just got really silent. So is just digging in. Penal troops present, being armed with MP40s. Because he's gonna storm out. He's just building up for it. Meanwhile, they're laying mines inside the opera hall. Oh, lots of AT rifles being armed on the sappers, which I think is a unique upgrade you get if you're playing as tank destroyer. So they will stop any light vehicles coming. But I'm wondering what they're planning to do. Panzerjäger's coming up too. Ah, the recon have been spotted by the Wehrmacht Aufklar. Or at least know they're there. Order coming up for the shock division. Conscripts are pulling back, probably to be rearmed and refitted to get ready to push through. That's a very big penal group that's just waiting there. Oh, they've been spotted by the SS Aufklar. The guards have to pull back. Yes, some Panzergrenadiers coming in now. The Sturm Panzergrenadiers probably one of the other good units. Like, Panzer Grenadiers are not used frequently enough by SS players, I think. They just go for cheaper stuff. But these Panzer Grenadiers can be armed with really good equipment, in my own opinion.
Infantry unit lost.
More mines are being laid by the Waffensessen around the Opera Hall.
Scout car has arrived.
Shock officer on the central front. Looks like they prepared a clown car.
You need engineers?
Bahnfallschirme going in. And the Sturmgewehr are gonna cut them down. Big Soviet push to the center.
Commander abilities ready.
And the Volkston position is not gonna have any time holding here. Sturmgrenadiers actually go down.
Supply half target.
That's a huge loss.
Standing by for setting of command post.
But the Soviets need more infantry to push up with.
Grenadiers ready. Field promotion. We are under attack.
Yeah, these Frontoviki did not push up with them. Which I think could have helped a lot. But the scout car looks like it's gonna get out of there. Guards are preparing to move in there, being armed with flamethrowers. It's a good choice. Grenade assault going in. The Valonians didn't lose a single man, that's lucky. There are mines though inside, so you need to be careful. Valonians are trying to get out of there. Both sides have flamethrowers by the looks of it.
Where do you need us?
And a grenade assault going out.
We have been promoted.
But now more Valonians are going to prepare to move in. But the guards are moving out at that point. More penals being prepared. Guess they're going to have a big push coming. Oh my god, we even have the Lieutenant with the Sturmgewehr. This is a full-on Sturm battalion present here. Double Volksgrenadiers with Sturmgewehrs and a Lieutenant, and they are also very veteran.
Grenadiers reporting.
Probably using the power of the Kampfkraft Center here. And so he has. They're gonna mow down these penals, I think. That's 4 penals! One Volksgrenadier down, but 2 penal squads are out. We also have Jägers coming.
A new half-track has arrived.
And all the penals are dead.
Brave infantry have made the ultimate sacrifice.
Siberians arriving too, okay. Going for Siberia, so going for somewhat more of an elite Soviet force with a lot of engineers, holy shit! That's a lot of engineers. Oh, big Soviet push on the southern flank though coming after the penals. So the penals were just there to soften the front. That's actually a really good use of them, and then the conscripts move up afterwards. And then the shock troops move in after. The Soviets are pushing along the entire central and southern front, even threatening this command bunker.
One of our forward buildings. A new grenadier squad is ready.
Quad more driving up too. French SS has been called in alongside the Luftlande. Interesting. Moving right in the range of a quad mower though, is that gonna be really good for them? None of these units have access to Panzerfaust except the Luftlande Fallschirmjägers. Oh, actually just the Luftlande Ersatztruppen has. My bad, it's just a smaller Panzerfaust. Well, yeah, I didn't expect to see the Luftlande. That's a unique call-in for the infantry that you can use here. Which is basically ground forces from the Luftwaffe that are present to support. They are essentially a conscript squad because they're 6 man, so they're very cheap. Well, they're not cheap, but they're just expendable. They're decent for holding actions and static defense. That's kind of the whole point of them. But the Soviets have secured the park, and they're gonna start pushing up very aggressively now, I think. Opera Hall, though, is still being held by the Waffen-SS. Pentagon has been out with stolen PPSHs. So the Germans actually captured so many PPSHs, they started modifying them to use, well, to use German bullets. Also, we have the Polish resistance coming in. The Armia Krajowa. Sorry, I cannot pronounce Polish. So I guess we're not in Austria after all. We are probably in some Polish city. Who is to say? They're just using Vienna as the outlook. But then there's also Volksturm, so... Still interested to see the Polish resistance. We rarely see these people being used. They are partisans though, so do not expect them to fight actual soldiers. They will not win against actual soldiers. They're meant to get behind enemy lines and do issues there if you can. Or support the flanks. They can sneak though. Oh, that's the advantage of them. Oh, they even used an open blitz here. Like they've snuck up here and are actually diverting resources away from this area to the Soviets instead. Which is another thing the Polish partisan trucks can do. And the Germans don't know it's even here, will not auto-shoot on it. It's a very unique little thing.
Combat engineers are standing by.
So this thing is actually stealing the resources of, I believe. How much? All objectives, all these sectors around this, connected to this point, are now sending resources to the Soviets instead, rather than the Germans. And Germans probably don't even realize it. Because it's rarely realized. Like this pack is gonna get close, but they're not gonna open fire on it, and they don't even know it's there. So if the player spotted it. He actually himself went and saw it. You should probably have snuck it up to this point in the rear here, I'd say. Or if you can get it in here. No, that's impossible though. But you would definitely want to have a place where people will not run into it by mistake and spot it. That's a lot of sappers though with AT rifles. And they will threaten all the bunkers.
One of our forward structures has been destroyed.
I wonder what the Arma Krakova is going to be planning on doing then, if anything. Yeah, I guess being mowed down the open there. It's not easy to get inside here with all the weapons pointing in one direction. French SS pulling up into position here. Unique unit to call in for the propaganda tactics. Essentially meant to be the people that actually held the Reichstag at the end, I believe. Even come with their own officer who can call in some artillery. Rain assault and artillery going in. Panzer Grenadiers took them losses to a fragmentation grenade. T-34s are definitely going to be threatening this side. T-70 on the field too.
We may now employ scorched earth tactics to protect our territory. Yes, brother.
I still don't know what the plan is with these partisans, or if they've just been forgotten as they were just a part of the call-in for the truck. It might just be the truck they were after. Ooh, good AT rifle shot right there. And there goes the Kugelwagen again.
Light vehicle destroyed.
Meanwhile, the Wehrmacht is kind of stretched down here by the looks of it. They do have the Luftwaffe here to just try and hold up somehow. They go on with Gewehr 43s. That will help them somewhat in this kind of a medium-range environment.
And heavy tanks are now available.
Also have some officer penals on the field. T-70 being destroyed there, no problem.
We have lost one of our armored vehicles.
Unit ready.
Squad, shut it. We are receiving new orders.
The Soviets do have a bit of a chokehold here. Tis-3 being used as an artillery piece. Definitely gonna start threatening the Germans. Luftwaffe, Fallschirmjägers actually got killed. That's an expensive loss. That's like the best unit you get from calling in the Luftwaffe. Artillery being called on both flanks here by the looks of it.
Squad, attention.
The Soviets do have a reinforced point right here.
We are taking losses.
Oh, stolen Kugelwagen also arrived.
Scout car, ready for orders.
So it's a Kugelwagen with a Soviet 50 cal machine gun on top of it. Oh, the partisans seem to be quite inventive.
You need something else? Okay, that's the last one.
The battle is about to commence.
Achtung!
Command level capabilities ready for deployment.
Yeah, looks like the Germans have set up a fort. The other SS set up a fort encampment up there. Very fascinating.
Now we can kill with impunity. Squad, heads down. Stand
Wonder what they are gonna arm the French SS with. Probably waiting to get the Sturmgewehr with scopes. That's generally a very good upgrade. We also have the 3rd SS veterans in the field, and a Panzer IV-H has arrived. And the fighting up north continues with the Wallonians trying to push forward here. We also have some Stoßtruppen coming in here, armed entirely with Sturmgewehrs.
We've lost a squad of infantry.
Throwing a Gewaltladung, I think. Oh, that's a pretty good one.
Regimental HQ for mechanized units will be here.
Ooh, T-54 don't want to be in that position, and the SU-76 should probably pull back. Yep. Luftwaffe did get a Panzerfaust off, destroying it.
We are suffering vehicle losses.
We now have the officer penals here. Officers who have been disgraced by the Soviet Union and are essentially turned into elite penal assault squads to try and redeem themselves. Excuse me. The French is in the Volkssturm and the Panzer IV is trying to get some ground. Not working too well so far. The Soviets have really dug in here on the here in the park. A lot of layered defense. It's good to see. We also have some shock troopers here. And with double DPM, that's pretty powerful. KV-2 being repaired. There's the Soviets plan to level the city. Wallonians and their Untersturmführer pushing upwards here. Throwing an egg grenade. Threatening the Soviet position. Sabers is just not enough as a frontline infantry. He needs some more actual soldiers. Panzer IV lost its gun. H is pulling slightly back. Double line infantry gun being called in alongside some more Luftwaffe. It looks like we got a Luftwaffe Feuertruppe Kampfgruppe being called in here. That's another Fallschirmjäger, double Luftwaffe Ersatztruppen, and 2 light infantry guns. And they're all veterancy free thanks to the Kampfkraft Center. You can kind of see the power of that if you're playing Infanterie Division, because you don't actually have to buy the upgrades for support teams and infantry. So you can get veterancy free of these like straight out the gate. Pretty big deal.
Grenadiers reporting.
Which I think means this Luftwaffe could probably be armed with some decent equipment, and so can the Fallschirmjägers.
We are receiving new orders.
We need target coordinates.
So it's securing the Opera Hall again by the looks of it. By just throwing sappers at the problem, but there's still mines inside there.
Fall back, ready.
And they're pulling out rather than risking to stay. That infantry guns opening fire on the Soviet front line.
Ready.
Forcing the Soviets to relocate a little bit.
We have a new T-34 standing by.
Penals moving northwards. We also have the Bulgarians coming in. So we have a Bulgarian battle group arriving as well to fight alongside the Soviets. The Bulgarians were in a pretty unique position because by the late war they had essentially changed sides. So these people used to fight alongside the Germans, but then they changed sides to fight alongside the Soviets as their government capitulated and switched to fight alongside the Allies. So very weird thing. Very awkward moment for the Bulgarians, I'd imagine.
Awaiting orders.
Let's see.
Squad, ready to
Lots of Wehrmacht troops just huddled up here. Probably not a good idea if they ever got spotted. Yeah, well, the sappers keep pushing north through the northern flank here. Hauptsturmführer calling some heavy mortars to try and hold them.
Squad, ready to move.
More Valonians being called in.
This is it.
But the Soviets just slowly pushing up through the city here. Looks like these sappers have been armed with the Maxim light machine gun, which the officer penals can equip, so they probably dropped them and after they died. Our Kampfkraft Center is up now for the Waffen-SS, which is why the veterans are now veterancy free here, and they're gonna start mowing stuff down. Also why the Volksturm, I believe, are veterancy free. Actually, all the stuff is veterancy free now, including the French SS, which means they can be they've already been armed with scope Sturmgewehrs and MD-34s. That's a very lethal combination right there. We got a lot of international troops today. Very nice to see. More than just Germans and Germans, Valonians and Russians. Bombing run coming in from the Soviet Union. One big precision bomb right there. Followed by a big bombing run. Artillery going inside the old palace. Oh, they're killing the officer. Luftlander troops are preparing for a push by the looks of it. They have stormtroopers and some Fallschirmjägers to support them. And well, the fighting continues up north with all these sappers. But the Panzer Grenadiers and the French SS, I think, will be enough to pull them back, push them back here. We're laying a bomb here. But grenade made that go off. Soviets are massing in the park still. KB2 was cancelled, I think. Went for T-45 instead. Generally not a bad call. The 85 is very versatile.
I await your orders, Commandant.
So much action going on today. You have the French SS split across the front. Oh, the French SS is pulling back. Valonians moving into a fighting position inside the Opera Hall.
Listen up.
Wait, someone went AFK?
Prepare for orders.
That's probably not like a good thing to do during a match like this, but I understand why some people might have to. Lieutenant is in big trouble. Yeah, he cannot do much. He got pinned almost immediately by all the automatic fire. Oh shit, that's a big Soviet howitzer and a small Soviet howitzer right next to each other. Right close to the front too. What are the Soviets planning on doing? And a B4 being set up in the park. Oh god! And some 4 command tank moving forwards. Driver got injured, that's not good. You should not use your command tanks like that, it's very risky. And it's gone. And Soviet howitzers is just opening fire directly at the front line. And when the B4 set up, that's gonna be devastating. I think this part of the city might get flattened entirely. Yeah, but we still have this weird sapper engagement up north. Like, that's a lot of sappers. I'm getting an SU, by the looks of it. Or ISU. Actually, it's just an SU. German attempt tried to move into the old palace here. Did not really work out, by the looks of it. Soviet Overwatch enabled. They need to get out of there.
Capture our territory.
Oh, the stormtroopers died. Oh, that sucks. Or munitions being airdropped in. If we're gonna allow the Soviets to keep on the bombardments. Yeah, rockets will just fire randomly all across your territory when you have Soviet Overwatch. It's a little bit unconventional, because it might actually kill some of your own men. I actually think it's aimed for the Polish. How Soviet of them, that's horrible. That's definitely the Soviet of them, that's terrible, holy shit. That's perhaps something that should be fixed just for the sake of balance. B-Force turn into fire. Oh god, is it gonna aim for that infantry blob? Oh my god, it is! Oh my god! Oh, it missed, so the Germans are gonna make a retreat there immediately, and I understand why. You don't want to stay in an area being bombed by a B4. It's gonna fire 3 shots. French SS is not doing too well. And they're just flattening the city. This very much feels like what the Soviets would be doing at this part in this time of the war, in all honesty. Oh, we have KV-8s being prepared, flamethrower tanks. Bugs Bunny quoting the fact that he's playing as propaganda and they're losing in the city, being bombed to hell, so yeah. I get the reference. Sturmtiger has arrived though, and this thing could potentially cause some issues for the Soviets. The Sturmtiger is a very nasty little weapon. They might just lack the munitions though, and if the Soviets do have an SU-152, so this is just a plain full-on tank destroyer. That is going to be very dangerous even to the Sturmtiger frontally. I don't think that its armor could actually hold up to an SU-152. And that's a huge anti-tank gun right there. High explosive shots being used by the looks of it. Panzer Grenadiers and the Stormtroopers will try to hold. They're definitely mowing down the sappers with these. Panzer Grenadiers down, but it might give time for the Sturmtiger to fire. And it does, destroying the SU in one shot. Problem is, that thing is going to be very expensive to reload. KV-2 in the field for the Soviet Union. Maybe breakthrough tank. Probably not as good as you would think, because the turret makes it an easy target. And its turns slow. Tiger Ace has arrived. But the propaganda tactics down here, I think. There it is, yeah. Emergency 4 Tiger tank straight out the gate. Luftlander is still trying to find a way to get inside the palace. But it's not working out that well for them. Oh, they might not have an opening here. But the place has been booby-trapped by the Soviet Union. And mines have been laid by the Soviets as well. French SS pushing upwards. Stu-42. Basically a howitzer armed on a Stuk. But Tiger Ace might be in trouble because of all the sheer amount of Soviet artillery. They can just turn on it. 85 is also present, which will be a definite threat. KV-8s are being prepared. Big flamethrower tanks for the Soviet Union. Tiger might be going for a cheeky shot on the 85. But I think And the 85 can see it thanks to the recon, but one shot from the Tiger penetrating is enough. More stormtroopers being arriving for the Storm tactics.
Prepare to execute.
Ooh, there's a lot of action in such a small amount of time here. The Soviets have really just made the park into their own staging ground. Good to see. Luftwaffe plane flying overhead to get some sight on what's going on.
Work completed.
The Soviets doing a full retreat because of that for some reason. I'm lying into the Italian sapper seems pretty weird, but I guess it's working. Soviet houses opening fire again. They're trying to get rid of the Tiger Ace. Doesn't stop them from just hitting everywhere else in the front line though, and killing all the Wehrmacht troops. Oh! And Tiger Ace is down to a B4 shot, I think. Looks like the French SS. Yes, that was a B4 shot. Yeah, that's Soviet firepower right there, everyone. The B4 is like one of the heaviest artillery pieces in the game, if not the heaviest. One shot from that in a street and basically everything's gone. Storm Tiger is still operational though, but it needs munitions to replenish. But Air Force coming in by the looks of it. Wait, looks like we might have actually an airland battle going on overhead then. Looks like the KV-8s are moving up. With the Tiger Ace gone, there's going to be very little to stop them. They're going to plan to clear the streets with flame. That's a very dangerous force. They just need infantry support though. The Soviets seem to have a lack of infantry here to push up with them. The KV-8 should have abysmal side range. Yes, you can see that it doesn't have very high side range at all. But Oshiega's in trouble. Very little in this kind of environment can stop a KV-8, I think. And Wehrmacht might have to pull full all the way back. They cannot hold here.
Enemy is attacking one of our forward buildings.
And the KV-2 calls friendly fire. That's not good for the KV-2. Because the Germans might actually gonna try and Panzerfaust and anti-tank grenade it. And they actually succeeded. But the other side is being flanked here. Ah, the KV-8 is moving too far up. You don't need to be that close to use your flamethrower. The flamethrower actually has really long range.
Lost in the defense of the Rodina.
So despite it all, the KV-8s have not done too much, but there's still one left here supported by the KV-2. Small Panzerfaust do not do much. But the Soviet infantry is pushing up now behind it. And the Wehrmacht is stuck in here in this little city block. They have to get out of there. Yeah, they've ordered a full retreat. And they're all dying. Volkssturm, Panzerjäger's trying to sneak up, but that's a lot of firepower they're moving into. The Volkssturm have been going to do a suicidal charge. They actually get their Panzerfaust off. So impressive, but that's a lot of squads they could lose. Panzer 4H coming around here to stop the KV-8. Well, what's going on the other flank? It's still just the sappers and officers pushing up. That's a lot of sappers, holy shit! Grim Tiger is still not reloaded, they lack the munitions.
Elements report an infantry unit lost. Fresh officer has arrived.
222 is stuck down here. Being an easy target for an anti-tank raid right there.
We have a forward structure under attack.
They still have a Panzer IV though, but the Wehrmacht has lost practically everything. It's mostly up to the Volkssturm and the Waffen-SS at this point. And even that, I think it's gonna be too much soon. The Soviets just keep pushing. I think the overusage of sappers might not be the best thing. Soviet artillery is landing everywhere though. So we have a Panzer IV F1 command tank here, but the 85 will chew through that.
Return fire! Return fire!
Artillery landing too. Yeah, the Soviets just gonna bomb it. And all the artillery too, like the Germans are just being overrun by Soviet firepower here. This definitely feels like the late war.
Enemy is attacking one of our forward buildings.
Gonna demo charge the bunker. Medics, I don't really have anything against the tanks, so I don't know why they're moving out in the open like that. Hey, bad distraction. And that's a lot of Volkssturm gathered there. That's a lot of Volkssturm, holy shit. One B4 shot and that would all just die. Where's the B4 at? Oh, the B4 got destroyed? I missed that. I guess the SEGA actually got a shot off. That's a lot of Volkssturm. SU and 85 move. Oh, SEGA overshot. Now it's gonna be vulnerable to the 85. But there's a Panzerjäger on the flank. Yeah, I think they might just have saved the SEGA there. Yeah, the front of the SEGA is just too armored. Oh, what are the Volkssturm gonna do? Because that's gonna be double KV8s. That's why it's flanking. Fields don't have any anti-tank. Oh god, NC, here he comes! The Panzer IV distracted the KV8s.
The enemy has destroyed one of our vehicles.
They need to keep pushing. Oh my god, the Volkssturm are actually working! There's just too many of them. But Soviet Overwatch enabled.
We've lost a squad of infantry.
Oh, a bombing run on them. Oh my god, that's painful. That's so painful. At least Bugs Bunny seems to have fun though, and that's what matters. He's having lots of fun sending young men and old, young boys and old men to die in vain. 85's present, and that'll definitely deal with that. I think Bugs Bunny is out of everything. He only has a Sturm Pioneer, holy shit. New commando bunker being set up by the Wehrmacht. The Soviets have the equipment and the manpower, they just need to keep pushing here. We have Walkerkoven, more Polish resistance, this time a command squad.
Commissar has joined our ranks.
Fascinating. Not even sure what's special about the command squad. I guess they just buff all the pulse resistant units, but you never really get enough pulse resistant units for it to work, I think. The sappers have actually not been doing too badly, in all honesty. There's just so many of them. And yeah, Soviet tank hunters cannot capture points, so you need actual infantry for that. Oh, now we have an ISU 152, okay. So now he's went for the full-on big guns. Oh, they're trying to steal this Stuk E. Okay.
Engineers ready for assignment.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny says this feels like an NSEEK moment. What was that? Was that a Sturmtiger? That was a Sturmtiger. That's a wasted shot in my opinion. More Luftlander troops have been called in. I don't think the Germans can hold on for much longer. The Soviets just need to keep pushing. They have the stuff for it. But they needed some shock troopers, I'd say. Perhaps some PPSH armed shock troopers would just mow down the Volksturm. And more Volksturm are just being prepared. Oh god. If he had a Gauleiter with them, that would just be probably what he needs, because the Gauleiter buffs all nearby Volksturm. It's actually not that expensive either, only 270. Yes, I would highest just getting a Gauleiter to support the what's it called? The human wave tactics of the Volksturm. Luftlander desperately trying to hold on here. But now the flamethrowers are coming in.
Infantry squad has been killed.
The flamethrower half-tank is just mowing everything down.
Commander abilities ready.
And Soviet howitzers are just demolishing block after block. I think the Sturmtiger here is in trouble. It's not done reloading. It cannot move while it's reloading. And I think one flamethrower burst might through it. There it goes.
Our soldiers are prepared to hold our ground at any cost.
Malonians are trying to flank though, but they don't have the munitions to use Panzerfausts. The ISU was armored with armor piercing though. The Soviets gonna try and capture it? No, Panzerjägers ran inside, it's now theirs. But its tracks are gone! It's gonna be able to fire though. Meanwhile, the Volksturm are doing another human wave assault. Ooh, the grenade assaults are really working on them though. Oh, good shot there from the H. Oh, actually Jet's J, my bad. There's an 85 though, that's gonna just chew through it. The Volksturm are trying to push up. KV2 is aiming, it's gone. But it's not firing. There we go. And that's a lot of Volksturm there. ISU in jeopardy though. Excuse me. Soviets, just get some infantry. Push up, you have the stuff to do it.
We are suffering vehicle losses.
They're get more shock troopers and just push in. You have the stuff. I think the Zerg is being a little bit too timid here because they have the opportunity to just drive in and end it. The Germans have actually lost their entire armies, and this sapper spam is just so weird. We have another Tiger Ace though. One last ditch attempt here by the Germans to try and hold, I imagine. Spots the KV-8. It'll take out the KV-8 no problem, I think. 85 is gonna try and get the shot though. Penetrated. Most Grenadiers are supporting, or trying to, but they can kill themselves. The loader is injured on the Tiger Ace, it's gonna take a while to fire. And this is why you don't want to lose your loader. There we go, they took out the main threats, the 85. There we go, Tiger Ace took care of it. Now the KV-2 is the target. Not penetrating, that's a problem for it. KV-2 keeps it in terrain. There we go, another good shot there. The Tiger Ace is definitely proven to be an ace crew, overcoming the fact that their loader is injured. It needs repairs though. More Soviet Overwatch enables. Not sure why, but Germans don't really have a lot of territory left. Oh wow, I'm puffing a lot today. Heads are coming up behind, being immobilized by an artillery shell. Tiger is being very brave here. It's getting too close to KV-8. They're burning it.
T-34 ready for combat.
They're gonna try and demo charge it. But the fire is just killing them.
The squad of pioneers has arrived.
And Tiger Ace is just cutting through the KV-8s. Despite the fire. But an anti-tank grenade from these shock troopers might do it. Trying to get on the rear of it. They don't do anything. Oh, the shock trooper's gonna try and satchel charge it. This might be the end of it. Yeah, there it goes.
Heavy armor has been lost.
Yeah, these are the shock troopers you need to use.
Pioneers ready for assignment.
Armed entirely with PPSHs, they will cut through anything. Also, they eventually survive. How did that happen? Yeah, the Ballonians are not enough here, and this is the sheer amount of rifles and anti-tank rifles here. What the fuck? This is so weird. Looks like more Volksturm are slowly being prepared though. But I think these shock troopers, if they had one more of them, they will just cut through the Volksturm like paper. And there's no base defenses here left to hold them. Even before trying to destroy the other bunker down here. Volksturm are gonna rush it though. KV-8 behind. The shock troopers getting ready on the flank. The Panzerfaust assaults are again working out. Yeah, these shock troopers just chew through it all. But there's still a base defense hitting them. Germans actually have lost everything. They only have that point, and that's cut off. So, why the Germans are still holding on and not surrendering, I have no idea. But I suppose that's Endsieg for you. More Luftland, the Ersatztruppen are being called in too.
We must defend our headquarters.
Soviets have the troops, they just need to push in.
Combat engineers are standing by. T-34 taking fire.
Yeah, just get some Soviet shock troopers and push in with some tank support. Destroy the MGs and then just move in. That's a lot of sappers with anti-tank rifles. What the hell is this kind of playstyle?
Engineers ready for assignment.
And the artillery shells are landing again.
T-34 taking fire.
The Soviets are just giving the Germans no pause. Maybe more than two. But I suppose this is kind of what it would feel like to fight the Soviet Union. It's just never-ending artillery and never-ending troops and tanks. You just need to get rid of that bunker there. And the bonus will still cut through them with their Sturmgewehrs. It's just out in the open here, the sheer amount of rifles will be too much. Balloons are not the best infantry, they're cheap infantry. Looks like the Soviets are making a push now. Right into the Volkssturm. But that's a satchel charge. Yeah, the Volkssturm are not designed to do human wave tactics against Soviets. These are with the Soviets actually have infantry. But they're doing pretty okay simply because of their veterans. Same with the Luftland. But it's just not enough. Soviet airstrikes coming in. Oh, they're using a stolen 222. For the motherland, indeed, a tank crew. And man, now the Red Air Force is just destroying everything, and the Soviets are coming in for a final push along the entire front.
Headquarters destroyed.
Radius and Volkssturm in vain trying to do something, but it's too late. Just need to destroy the last building here and it's over. And there we go. A victory for the Soviet Union on 1 hour exactly. Oh my god. I'll see you all next time, everyone. Bye bye.